A lot.
Getting out here, getting the feel for the game again. It's been a while since we played 5-on-5, so getting the feel for that, getting my feet under myself, and then having fun with a crowd and the people in the crowd, and
The Margaret Hunt Hill Bridge. And now a moment to check out the leaders in the All-Star voting. Balloting underway.
And this is really a fun time of year. You're starting to see which players are going to be in the running to make the All-Star team.
You look at Mitchell. He's among the top 10 in the voting in the Western Conference. The fans rewarding him for a tremendous season so far.
And I'm sure he's grateful for that. But, Kevin, I know what he really wants is a spot in that starting lineup.
And it's going to be an exciting showcase. We'll keep you updated with the results each day during the voting. Here are the 5 for the Clippers. DeRozan out there with Young. Then it's Joe Ingles. Then there's Wiseman. And for Dallas, Vucevic is out there with Lauri Markkanen. Then it's Donovan Mitchell. And it's Hayward. And it's Beasley in at the 2-guard spot. Now here's Markkanen. Pass to Beasley. The 3. Drops in the tray. Fans can be impatient, Greg, especially for the fans of teams that are slow to start a season.
And, Kevin, the media as well.
Right,
I played in New York, and you know, in that town, you go big or you get talked about, no doubt about it. But with the way things have evolved now, and every team is a national team because every game's televised, it's starting to happen more in some of those smaller markets as well. It's just a harsh reality of pro sports.
I wouldn't say that's exactly his spot now. I mean, and you can see why.
Mitchell looking it over. It's deflected, and they'll keep possession. And he makes that one. Little over a minute 30 into this first quarter.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Passes it to Ingles. To the middle. It's deflected. And stolen by Hayward. And they're pushing it up. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
And that's part of what Mitchell brings to the table. The willingness to operate on the perimeter or get in there and mix it up on the interior. Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Campazzo, defended by Hayward. On the wing, Ingles. From out on the wing, he knocks it down.
Boy, nice room service feed from DeRozan. Couldn't get more wide open than that.
Beasley outside. On the wing, Mitchell. He had a 36-point outing in the last game against the Pacers in Indianapolis.
And you know what? In that last game, he was also all over the place on defense, mucking up the passing lanes and getting all kinds of steals, too.
Clippers with the ball. Following the score by Dallas. Wiseman kicks to DeRozan. 6 on the shot clock. Down low. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
A moment here to look at some numbers for Donovan Mitchell. 7th in scoring, and he's in the top 20 in steals, bringing that focus and intensity at both ends.
And you noted it. His points per game average is unreal right now. He's literally propping up the team's offense, scoring whenever they need him to. And Mitchell drops them both.
And how fearless is Donovan Mitchell? I mean, as a rookie in his first playoff series, he went off for 38 in a closeout game against none other than Russell Westbrook.
Now, here is Young. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
And then how about the block shots, guys? I mean, just overpowering on the defensive side. Really, he was the intimidator.
Beasley outside. Mitchell right side. Back to Beasley. DeRozan against Hayward. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Vucevic trying to get open. Kept alive. And Vucevic throws it down.
Yeah, you know, one of the best parts of Nikola Vucevic's game is his great body, excellent hands, and the high motor makes him an outstanding rebounder.
Campazzo. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists. DeRozan's got 3 assists in the game. And so it's Dallas, holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
So on the floor for Anaheim. Young out there with Weissman. Then it's DeRozan. Then it's Joe Ingles. Mitchell outside. And he banks in the layup. Mitchell's got 10 points.
And footwork really so important. Donovan threads the drive there with such grace.
And there's the call on Gordon Hayward. That's his first foul. There's the pass to Ingles. And Anaheim with another 3.
A total defensive collapse. I mean, no reason to allow him that kind of space from behind the arc.
And it's Mitchell missing.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Pass to Weissman. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Vucevic. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And looking back at what was a stellar career, Greg, if there was one thing you could have done different, do you have anything on your mind?
You know, I would have loved to have had the opportunity to finish my career in New York. That was a special place, a special time. Unfortunately, that didn't transpire, but that's the one thing that stands out. That and obviously not winning a championship.
I can understand both of those.
Yes.
And it's Anaheim with the ball, following the basket by Donovan Mitchell. DeRozan trying to get open. Young, and it's sent back by Mitchell. To the paint, here's Beasley. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist. Beasley's got his second bucket.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Now here's Weissman. Just 5 on the clock. Campazzo. It's rebounded by Dallas. Vucevic has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Hayward passes to Mitchell. Makes it off the glass. And now it's a 10-point Maverick lead.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Here's Young. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Young's got his first basket.
Young is often overmatched because he's not as big as other power forwards, but he still finishes inside at a high rate.
Beasley, the pass to Markkanen. In the corner, it's Hayward from outside the arc. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And the Mavericks lead by 11.
And Markkanen, the big fella, has nice court vision, solid at finding open teammates.
Young drives in. Vucevic with the block, and they're able to recover. Weissman with the bucket.
Excellent activity and timing on the offensive glass. That's how you get extra possessions.
Mitchell outside. And another basket for Dallas.
And the coaching staff loves this. Mitchell being assertive on offense and just imposing his will.
And DeRozan kicks to Young. Shoots over Markkanen. Again, Young missing.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Donovan Mitchell, fire. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to a tremendous start for Donovan Mitchell. He had 16 points and one assist. And that'll...
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. It's been one outstanding game from Donovan Mitchell.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, they've got Vucevic. Markkanen is out there with Hayward. Then it's Donovan Mitchell, and it's Beasley in at the shooting guard position. Here's Ingles, following the basket by Donovan Mitchell, and the basket by Ingles.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Now, here's Mitchell. 18 points for him. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Kicks it to Ingles. Young outside. Yep, that one goes in there.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Mavericks leading by 9. Beasley outside. Here's Mitchell. The shot will not fall. Anaheim goes the other way with it. Now, here's Ingles. 9 points in the game so far. Inside, here's Wiseman. And he uses the glass on the layup. Wiseman's got 5 points so far.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Beasley outside. Here's Mitchell. Trains the three-pointer. Mitchell's got 21.
Well, he's been a rock of offensive support so far, and when they've needed a basket, they've turned to him.
Ingles against Beasley. Now, here's Ingles. He's covered closely, and there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And there's the foul against Dallas. Anaheim shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. Greg, you're the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
Mitchell finds Hayward. 56 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Vucevic. Wiseman with the rebound.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
He lobs it up and finished off by Wiseman.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop.
Tell you what, you wouldn't know they're the team trailing when they're able to pull off plays like that.
Sinks the three-pointer.
He's starting to feel it. He's in a groove here in the second half.
DeRozan against Hayward. From the high post. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. DeRozan's got his second basket of the game.
Boy, that looks like a scouting report breakdown there. I mean, the defense has to know where DeRozan wants to do the most work. That's his sweet spot there.
Here's Mitchell. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. Donovan Mitchell firing on all cylinders for Dallas. He has really delivered at the offensive end. He's torched them for 24 points so far. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
Yeah, and as a two guard, he's typically not a reluctant shooter, so it was really nice to see him orchestrating for a teammate instead.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Young out there with DeRozan. Then there's Wiseman. And it's Joe Ingles. Now here's Wiseman. Back to DeRozan. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Here's Mitchell. Count the basket. Mitchell's got 10 points here in the second half.
And there's an edge to Mitchell's game. He wants to be the guy in charge, and if that means he's got to get physical, he'll do it.
Now here's Wiseman. Here's DeRozan. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
You know, guys, I look at DeMar DeRozan, and I think he's one of the very best at making tough shots. I mean, the defense is draped all over him, and he still finds a way to get it up and down.
And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. And Anaheim gets called for the foul. Free throw drops for Mitchell. And Mitchell drops them both. Now DeRozan. And the Clippers call time here. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. The head coach of the Clippers had some harsh words for his team during the break. He was begging them to step it up. He said, we've got to make the move now. Or we're going to be out of time and out of luck. Give it everything you've got out there. Kevin?
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Sometimes you just got to man up and take a tough foul in order to stop these free runs to the rim.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
Hey, Clark, what were your thoughts as a fan watching the bubble play down in Orlando? Did it seem surreal at all to you?
It didn't seem surreal, Kevin. I thought it was pulled off quite nicely, as a matter of fact. I mean, the fact there weren't any real fans there for the most part was a little different, but I thought the court looked good. The players were the best in the world, as they always are. I thought the broadcast came across just as it would in a normal circumstance. I didn't find much different about it other than the fact that there weren't tens of thousands of fans in the building.
And that one is good by Beasley.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Now, here's DeRozan to the inside. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
The 6'7" native of Compton, DeMar DeRozan, getting it done. Great strength there.
.131 left in the fourth. Pass to Vucevic. Over Wiseman. Shot is good off the back rim and in. And the Mavericks lead by 9.
You know, the mid-range game, guys, is really one of Nikola Vucevic's strong suits. I mean, you've got to play him honest if you're a defender.
And he's been a force on the glass all game long.
Yeah, I love the way he's fighting through box outs, using his elbows. I mean, he's doing whatever it takes.
Now here's Beasley. Hayward outside. Cuts off the pass. Now the Clippers moving it up. Passes to Wiseman. Plenty of space. And again, it's the Clippers missing. And so it's Dallas with 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Beasley left side. Vucevic, he gets that one.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it, they've done it.
Heisman no good. Dallas with the ball. They lead by 11. Mitchell outside. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks.